Model Basics is sponsored by Hobby Zone USA, your source for hobby storage solutions, hard-to-find modeling tools, and aftermarket modeling needs.
Welcome to Scale Model Basics. I'm Tim Kidwell. Let's talk filters. Filters are a transparent, really thin color that you're going to put over your model. Now, you can put it over the entire model, you might just do sections, but what these colors do is shift the underlying color one way or the other. For instance, let's say you were going to put a red filter over a part of your model, then it would do something like this. Or maybe you put a yellow filter over your model and it would do something like this. Sometimes filters are confused with washes. Washes are being used to create fake shadows around details to make it easier for you to see them, to notice them. Filters are applied evenly over the parts of the model, perhaps the whole model, and therefore not gathering around or into specific areas, but shifting the tonal quality of the entire piece. If you have clear colors, you can airbrush your filters onto your model. I don't particularly like doing that. It requires you having to mask portions of the model off, and there's just less control, at least in my opinion. I prefer using a brush. Now, you can also purchase filters that are already made. This one here is for Africa Core. And, you know, if that works for you, more power to you. I prefer to make my own filters, and it's not that hard. What you're basically looking for is dirty thinner. So probably a mix of 90% thinner to 10% the actual color. And I like to use artist oils and odorless mineral spirits. When I apply filters, what I like to use is a flat brush, and then, of course, the filters themselves. I have this little, I don't know, doorway or gate that I have here, and what I'm gonna do is just apply these filters, and I have purposefully chosen a red, blue, and a yellow, you know, bright, vibrant, so that you guys can see the difference as I'm applying it. And I will leave these two planks on here, the color of the gate, and then you can just see what applying the filter does to the color underneath. Now, when applying the filter, multiple coats are going to give you a more intense change in color. So let's just start with, yellow. Now, when applying a filter, apply it over a flat or satin coat, because what you're trying to do is get the color to stay where you put it, right? You don't want it like you would with a wash. If you apply your wash over gloss, what it does is that gloss allows the wash to gather in those crevices where you're creating the shadow. That's not what we're doing here. What we're doing is changing the tint of the areas, so you want that flat or that satin to hold the filter where it's at, and just apply it evenly. Now, I don't know if those show up. Well, yeah, they're showing up pretty well. Now, you can see this is over a flat clear coat, and you can still see that the color underneath, the different markings and the striations that were there from making it look like wood, they are shining through. They're coming through this clear. Now, if I want this to be a bit more, right, a bit more vibrant, I can always come back, and let's say I'm gonna do some more red here. And come back and I can add more, because I didn't think it was vibrant enough to begin with. So I can just come in and really kick that up. So you can see how that's now brought that red to be much more vibrant than what it was before. Let's go ahead and do that with the blue too. So that's how I like to apply filters. Super easy, nothing tricky. Now the colors that you're going to choose, those are going to depend on what you have in mind, what your references are showing you. Perhaps you want warmer tones than what your underlying colors are giving you. So then you're probably going to use filters in, you know, orange or red to give you those warmer tones. Maybe you want cooler tones than the underlying colors are giving you, so you'll use blue and that'll shift the overall feel toward the cooler side of things. Maybe what you're looking to do is just give an overall feel of dirt, grunge from top to bottom on your model. Then you might use grays or browns to do that and just tone everything down. Do you need to use filters on your model? Absolutely not, but it is a good technique to have in your back pocket because the more comfortable you get with using them, the more opportunities you're going to see to create cool effects with them. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. It's you. Oh my God, it's you. It's totally you. It is you who's you throwing me off. Does that work? Yeah, does that work? It's got a splash of color. There's stuff going on there.